Back in the turret again. Hello to all of my traders and faithfuls alike. I am your girl Lana, your resident evil diva, and welcome to the Cup TV, where we put the real and the tea in reality, and where you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I am Lana, like I said, and I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because I love me some tea. Purr. And if you're drinking some tea, you know what to do. Hit me up. And guess what, y'all? I'm actually drinking tea today. I'm drinking Milo's extra sweet tea because sweet tea is the only way to go. There is no other tea way to drink tea is if it's not sweet tea. Period. But since I'm drinking tea, if I was drinking some hot tea or something, I would probably be drinking it out of my cup mug. Ew, panel full of cup mugs, panel full of cup mugs, beer. All right. And you can join the party and get your own cup mug or any of our cup merch at lanagcreations.etsy.com, where we do ship internationally and domestically. So there are no excuses. And you know what, US, I'm looking at you. I'm looking right at you. There are no excuses. We ship here. Get your cup merch. Purr.
Hello, I am the Cup Mug, and I'm here to podcast today. Ooh, hi, Lana.
Where's my traders? I need other traders.
Just kidding. It's not an anthropomorphized cup mug. No, it's me. Though I think I'm going to leave it like this for the recording because it feels very cozy. And I think that's the vibe for today. I don't know. Hi, I'm Logan Murphy. Say something gay. Oh, no, this is not going to work because I have to use my arms. So today, not sponsored, but I'm very much so enjoying it. I'm trying a new energy drink from Zoa. This is wild orange flavored. And it's one of those energy drinks where the caffeine comes from like green tea and green coffee beans. And it tastes really good. I'm a really big fan of it. So,
word.
I need all the energy I can get because this episode was wild and stupid. And I'm annoyed.
But before we jump into the episode, subscribe to this channel, you guys. We appreciate all of you who have done so, and I hope you're enjoying the content that we're giving you. But if you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Hit the button. It takes half a second to do it.
You could have already done it in the time that Lana was asking you to subscribe.
Absolutely. So hit the subscribe button, do the things, share the videos, tell friends about it. And because we cover mostly all things reality TV here at this channel. So, and we put out content almost every single day. So you'll get your money's worth because it's free to do it. It's free to do it. So, and if you're a fan of Eurovision Song Contest, guess what? We got a channel for you too. You can go to the at the Cup ESC and you can subscribe over there. It's heating up because we're right in the middle of Eurovision season. And so a lot of videos are going out there. So if you're a fan of Eurovision Song Contest, go subscribe over there. A lot of reviews coming out. And if you're a fan of drag or anything drag race or drag related, we got you covered at the Cup Pod, and you can check us out over there. We put out content almost every single day about almost all things drag because we are like smothered in drag right now. Smothered in drag. And you know what? We're enjoying almost all of it. So we're excited to talk about it. And if you want to join our membership claim and jump into the tea room with us because we got a lot of interesting and wonderful things planned in the tea room. Hit the join at the main channel. hit the join button, or our Patreon, which is it'll be the same extra content but different apps, whatever one you choose to do. Um, Go over there, check it out. We got some exclusive stuff coming out at your out. Exclusive content coming your way. Period. I could talk.
Her.
And so merely $5 a month. Check it out, and we'll make it worth your while. Period.
Per.
So now that we got all that out of the way, let's get into this episode of Traitors. Logan, this was wild. This is crazy. Because we come back and we see the traitors are in the turret and they're talking about who they need to murder this episode. What do we do? How do we go? When we last saw, it was between Trishelle, MJ, or Bergie. Those are the three.
Kate is also part of the conversation, but they're not going to. Kate was eligible,
yes.
But they didn't really want to kill Kate.
They didn't want to kill Kate. Kate was.
I wonder why.
I mean, it was no.
It makes sense after this episode.
Absolutely. So they decide that they were going who they were going to kill. So we go to breakfast. People start showing up, and CT spills hot coffee on Sheree. She's like, "Oh, whoop."
Like, how dare you, CT?
I'm sorry. My bad. I'm sorry. he was like, I'm nervous. I was like, CT, no.
Not the nervous.
He was nervous, but I love you, CT. I still do. Oh, CT's just so fine to me.
Y'all.
Wait. Side note on that. Look, side note on CT's fineness, real quick, because I was watching another podcast, Davon's podcast, by the way. Davon's
yes!
Podcast.
Shout out to my mother.
Shout out to Queen.
And mother. My birthday twin.
Period.
Miss Rogers.
Yes.
Who should be on season 3.
Absolutely. Should.
I would cry.
I would. Yes, absolutely. She would be the best faithful ever.
I think she'd be a pretty damn good traitor too.
I think honestly. So too. I mean, I could see her doing both, and I'd be like, ooh. But yes, love her. She was talking about she just started watching Traitors because she said she was running away from the show because she got spoiled, or she thought she got spoiled on the boot order. And she thought what she thought was Dan went out first. And she was like, no. She said, I can't watch Dan go out first because if anybody knows her, she said, if you know me, I only really love watching 2 Big Brother players. Only watch 2. And she's like, 2 of my favorite people. She said, I like other people. I love to watch other people. She said, but 2 of them, I just love watching it. She said that was Dan Giesling and that was Danielle Reyes. And so she was like, those 2 people, I can't see them not succeed, or I just can't do it. And so she said,
Traitors and the reindeer games must have been real upsetting for Miss Dave.
Absolutely. But she said that she was like, I ran away from watching it because I heard Dan went out first. She said, but then when I found out that Dan didn't go out first, I was like, oh, okay, well, I can watch it. And she said,
whoever gave her that tea that Dan went out first, you're rude for that. You're ugly for that. You're nasty for that. How dare you do that to our queen?
Right.
And I'm happy she's watching. I haven't watched her video yet on the Traitors. I need to. It's on my list of things.
We got so much to watch.
We have so much media to consume. Like, I will get around to it. Yes. And I love Davon. I love watching her YouTube channel.
Right. So listen, she can.
I need to.
But she was. But the reason I brought it up was because she was like, she was talking about the cast. She was doing a cast assessment of who was there, and she gets to CT, and she was like, CT. Okay. She said, I heard he divorced now. So I'm going to sit this out there and just going to say this. She was like, CT is fine. CT is so fine. CT been fine. She was like, CT been fine since the first time they introduced him with us on TV. I was like, absolutely. From the moment I saw CT on Real World and all of this, I was like, this man is fine. I don't care who. And she was like, and then even when he was going through his whole dad bod phase and whatever.
That's the best phase of
That's what she
CT.
said. She was like, that's when CT was at his finest. He was still
Yeah.
fine. I was like, absolutely.
Yeah. So Davon and I have the same type.
Me
Good to
too.
know.
Me too. I was like,
Birthday twins and same type, and I'll share that with you, Lana, of course, obviously.
Absolutely. I was like, yes, Devon. I said, Mother, you're right, because he is fine. He's been fine. He's still fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. CT is just fine. But
he always has been.
I think CT is gonna be that fine.
When he's 70, he's still gonna be fine.
He's just gonna get better with age. He's like he like Denzel Washington, like Idris Elba. Like
I was trying to think of white men to relate him to, and I couldn't.
No, it is some. Richard Gere. Like like he goes go get finer as he gets older, and it's like yeah. I'm not mad at that at all. So CT is just gonna be that man for me. He's just gonna be fine. But anyway, enough about CT. I won't go too much into CT. But he's fine. Just know that CT got me hot.
I will not comment further because it would be too explicit for the internet to see.
I have to.
So anyway, yes, everyone's coming into breakfast.
Yes.
They're doing their things. People are coming in. And Trishelle comes in, and CT was very excited to see Trishelle. Trishelle was very excited to see CT because she wasn't nearly as frantic as she was the night before because she was alive now. So she's like, oh my God, CT, of course. Oh my God, hi, it's so good to see you. I'm like, shut the fuck up, bitch. Bitch, bye.
I'm so sick.
You might have the single best reads in this entire mansion, but get the fuck out.
Bye. You're so annoying with them.
I will give her, we'll talk about it. I'll give her those props because she does just a little bit because she does deserve it because her reads are 100% accurate.
Absolutely accurate.
Unfortunately, it's Trishelle.
Right, it's coming out of her mouth, and I don't want her to be like, okay. Her reads are like Buddy's reads from UK's Jazz, who was great. But see, the difference between her and Jazz didn't get on my nerves with his right reads. It was just not like, she's just getting on my nerves. She's right, 100% right. And she should be very proud of her game. She should be very proud of her detective skills and her reads on what's happening. But I don't want her to be right.
No, I don't want her to be right at all. And I'm just like,
I want her gone. I want her gone so bad.
Anyway, yes. So they're doing their things. Everyone's coming in, and then the last person comes in.
Yeah, Berkey's gone.
I accidentally spelled his name wrong on the banner, so I had to fix it. That's why I was delayed. But Berkey got murdered. No! I still think it's a bad move.
I think it was a bad move.
I think it should have been MJ.
I do too. I said that. I was like, it should have been MJ. But this is all on Parvati. This is who Parvati wanted to kill because Phaedra was like, I will let you make this decision in this moment. I won't do it because you are in trouble. And I want you to make sure you heal the person you think is going to help your game. And I'm like, then you should kill MJ, girl.
Because that would have been best for both of their games.
Absolutely. Because it would have made no sense for it to be MJ. And
now Phaedra can also be like, not my burgerlicious.
Right.
But I didn't know a whole lot about Bergie beforehand. I hadn't watched his season of Love Island. I think I speak for me and Lana here. I think we're going to try to get back into Love Island. So, maybe sometime down the line, maybe we will go back and watch his season. I don't know. But regardless, I was very happy to see Bergie on here. I didn't know what to expect from him, but I thought he was an absolutely lovely character. Mm-hmm. He had his high moments, he had his low moments, and I really enjoyed him.
I enjoy Bergie. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out his low moments, and I don't think Bergie had low moments.
His low moment for me was so blindly trusting Peter. and it wasn't even blindly, but just like when I say low, the only low is being on the Peter side.
Right.
That's really the only low. Because I really wish he had just been swooped up by Phaedra and Sheree and like swooped into that side, and I that would have been more preferred for me. But
Right.
when I say low for Bergie, that's the
lowest. Because he was with someone.
The low is him being the last one untied from the pole in that first challenge.
Oh,
that's
Jesus.
what it was.
Maybe that was the low point for Bergie.
That was the low point for Bergie.
That was the low point. But I like Bergie in this atmosphere, and I think he did a really decent job. And he got some shields. He was protected. He was part of a plot that worked and got rid of some traitors. So I think Bergie did really well, and he was very proud of himself, which I was very happy for. And he was like, I thought I was just some little random dude coming off of a Love Island show who nobody knew, who cared about. And I found my confidence. And I was like, oh, good for you, Bergie. I'm glad that he found his confidence. Hopefully he'll get into more competitive shows where he can show off more of what he learned in skill.
Love Island Games Season 2.
Period. I wouldn't mind seeing Bergie at Love Island Games. Why not?
No.
Why not?
Sure.
I like Bergie.
You work, Bergalicious.
Right. Bergalicious. But Bergie's gone. Alan comes in and it's savagery. He was just like, oh, we have to let bygones be bygones. Bygone. Boom. And throws it.
What?
No.
What about Bergie? Not Bergie.
Bergie. Oh.
I was so mean.
Like savagery. Alan, bye. Gone.
I was
like, nah, not Bergie.
Not Bergie.
You do that to somebody else. Not
you do that to the Bergalicious. How dare you?
How dare you?
Alan.
Look, oh Lord, not Ekin-Su. Oh Lord.
Oh Lord, not Ekin-Su.
Not Ekin-Su.
Not Ekin-Su.
Not Ekin-Su.
Oh Lord, not Ekin-Su. Oh Lord Jesus, not Ekin-Su.
That still lives rent free.
Even if she doesn't win, Phaedra is going to. Phaedra won. The winner of the season is Phaedra.
I don't care what happens.
And we figured that going into this season.
Did we not say that? We called that. We called that. But anyway, so Alan says we got to get ready for the next mission, and that's just it.
And Kate clocked it immediately. She's like, "It's gonna be the cabin."
It's the cabin.
I have to be honest. Okay, I don't remember exactly what your thoughts on Kate on season 1 were, and so I'm interested to hear it. I don't find her nearly as charismatic this time around, and I honestly find her very, like, not annoying, but I don't find her as entertaining on this season as I did on I found her very entertaining on season 1. I don't find her as entertaining on this season.
I find her more jaded on this season. More like, I know it all. I know what's happening. Like
she's just complaining about everything. This time. And I don't remember her complaining nearly as much on season 1.
Oh, please. She complained a lot in season 1 too.
Oh, sure, but I guess I just don't remember it as much.
It was a funny complaining. It was more like, oh my God, like her and her, like her moment of throwing money away in that last mission, just like, I don't care. I'm not winning. They're going to cut me eventually, so I don't care. It was kind of funny.
Yeah.
And it was kind of that was a entertaining complaint. These are more like, oh no, I got to go through this again. When you signed up for this.
You literally signed up to get the paycheck for this, Kate. Like, no one is forcing you to be here.
You came back for this.
Literally.
But that makes it a little annoying, and it's like the whole I know it all, I know what's gonna happen, like it's gonna be the cabin. Oh my God, it's the cabin again. Okay, girl, we know you know.
You knew it was the cabin, and you knew you should have been prepared for damn bugs, Kate.
Right.
We'll talk about it. I'm angry. I'm angry. But before we go to the mission, Lana, I want to talk about Peter having a change of heart.
Well, first he had to have this conversation with Trishelle because they need to go talk and be in private in the armory about we need to get Parvati on our side because Phaedra is the traitor. Dan told us so as he left. And so therefore we have got to get Phaedra out. And he's like, first he was like, why do you think that? And then she tells him, and he's like, that makes sense. I
And all
knew
of her reasoning is 100% valid
100%
because it's
accurate.
100% she has clocked Phaedra within an inch of her life. And I hate
Absolutely.
saying that because I don't like Trishelle and I love Phaedra. So it's very frustrating for
It's
me.
annoying, but it is what it is. She definitely clocked Phaedra, and Dan did what he was trying to do in the first place, and he threw her under the bus, but he didn't save himself. But she caught on to it, and she told him, and he's like, okay, that makes sense. So maybe we need to get rid of Parvati first and then Phaedra. She was like, no, we got to get rid of Phaedra first because Phaedra is insulated with so many people who don't want to vote her out. We got to get her out while we have the numbers. And he's like, okay, that makes sense. Then Kevin comes in, and she tells Kevin why she thinks Phaedra is the traitor. And Kevin is like, that makes sense. I noticed the twitch in her eyes. And she has this twitch. And I think that she is possibly lying or trying to hide some things. So maybe she is the traitor. That makes sense. So we need to get rid of Phaedra first. So they were in agreement. We're going to get rid of Phaedra. He said Phaedra first, then Parvati, because Parvati is alone, and the other side would chuck her out in a heartbeat, and that's that. And so she's like, okay, all right, then we got the plan. We're gonna make it work. But first, you have to make nice with Parvati. You have to make nice with Parvati and get her on our side. And he was like, well, how do you think I'm supposed to do that? And, how do I change her mind? And he's like, she'll never vote with us. He was like, yes, she will, because she is going to feel like she has no other place to go. She's a person on the island by herself. And if we are going to ring her in, she's going to play the way we need her to play, which, again, very accurate and very true and very right. Trishelle is playing this game the right way. I just don't like Trishelle.
I just cannot stand Trishelle whatsoever, and I find her incredibly annoying, and I find her a waste of space on this season. However, her reads are 100% right.
And she's playing this game. She's masterfully on point, which is unfortunate for the people I like. But so he's like, okay, I'll go talk to Parvati. So he goes to talk to Parvati, and they have this, what I like to call a la Bachelor moment, where
it was so Bachelor coded.
It was
he's just like, well, I just need to talk to you. And it's as if Peter is the Bachelor on a one-on-one date with Parvati. Yes. That's what I got because Parvati was like, I've just been on this. And I believe these emotions are 100% real. She's using it for game purposes, but I believe the emotions are 100% real in this moment. Because I think it did finally click for her. She was like, I've spent the last couple of years just really learning about myself. And when I feel attacked, I just close off. And I become this ice queen. I love her using Phaedra's words in this too. And Peter's just like, yeah, well, maybe you're not a traitor.
Maybe I got you all wrong.
It was so Bachelor coded, though. I was like, what is this?
It was like, maybe I got it all
wrong.
And she's like, you think? Yes. I was like, oh my God, this is so Bachelor, hand her the rose, for God's sakes. Oh my God. I was gagging. I literally was like, ah. It was gross. It was so gross. Especially because we know Parvati don't like you, man. She don't even like men. She don't like you.
She don't even like men anymore.
She don't like men anymore. She don't even like you. So I'm like, ugh. Stop with the flirty eyes. Stop looking at her like that. Ugh. Maybe I got it all wrong. It's like, oh God. Oh, okay.
Literally barf.
Barf. It's just gross. But so he's like, and she's like, okay. So in her confession, she's like, I don't trust him, but I need him right now. And if I got to do what I got to do to save myself, then so be it. Which ching ching for Trishelle, right? Again, like she has no other choice and nowhere else to go. And so Parvati is like, okay, we go play ball. Let's play ball. And then Trishelle comes and makes sure she reassures Parvati that she doesn't think she's a traitor. She
in
believes
front of people in the van.
Yeah. Yeah. Other people, not just in privately in front of her group, but in front of other, like Sandra was there, and I think
Sheree
was there. One they was just like, I don't know. Oh yeah, Sheree, because they said Phaedra, and Sheree was just like,
Sheree's like, I don't think so.
I don't think so. I'm not.
Well,
I mean, Reed's wrong, but it's still her friend, and even if she thinks she's right, Phaedra, it could be a traitor. She ain't gonna say it right now because she keeping her safe.
Yeah.
So she was just like, nah, I don't know.
But also, is Sheree even still playing this game? I'm gonna be honest.
Sure.
Like, is Sheree even at? Does Sheree know where she is?
Sheree is on vacation in Scotland.
Sheree is on a Scottish vacation where people just get murdered around her. She is living in like Murder on the Orient Express or like something like that. Like it's like she's living in a murder mystery movie.
Right. Like, oh. But see, she knows she's a supporting role that won't die. She's
exactly.
Like, that's how she living it. Like,
thankfully, they didn't kill the black women first. Thank you. Thank you.
No, they just banished them first.
Oh yeah. I'm still mad about that.
Me too. Oh, me too. I was like, this was my opportunity to get to know Peppermint, and I don't know who Peppermint is because they weren't.
Oh no! I guess we'll just have to go back and watch season 9 of Drag Race. I will say though, Lana, all of the episodes are very short because they're all 60-minute episodes, minus ads, and it's one of the best seasons. And there's a lot of iconic Peppermint moments. That's also the origin of why I say Farrah White. So.
Sure.
Phaedra, yes. That's yes, we go to the mission and we finally get the cameo from Dr. Will that they've been teasing the entire damn season. Thank you.
No brother people are there to see it.
I did love that Sandra was like, I know who you are, Dr. Will. I love Sandra. I'm so happy we're getting more Sandra now. Mm-hmm. We're getting more Sandra confessionals. We're getting funny Sandra moments. I'm like, thank God. But it's the locked in the cabin underground challenge.
Yeah, go through the tunnels, and
it works so much better with less people.
Yeah, it does.
Like that's the main thing I took away because we just saw this on Traitors UK as well. We saw it over there, but here I'm like, there were 12 people? That's too many.
Yeah, I think
I needed to be like
6.
Yeah, we needed to wait, like at least maybe another round at the very least.
Yeah, another round.
But it's also episode 8, and there's only 2 more episodes after this. So, like, how are they supposed to get rid of
all these people?
Like, I don't know how. Like, how many people are we gonna have at the final? It's gonna be like 7.
Crazy.
Like, honestly, wild. I'm intrigued to see how the next couple of episodes go.
Me too,
for sure. But. Yeah, it's they're locked in, blah, 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 blah. This challenge comes down to the fact that they left some of the women in the cabin who could not handle their shit.
Yeah. It was Bugs. It
was the housewives and
Kevin.
No, I'm saying the ones that ended up leaving.
Oh, the housewives left.
It was the housewives and MJ were the ones that couldn't handle it.
Bravo left.
Yeah, Bravo left. It's like I was disappointed in Phaedra. I'm like, that's money for you, girl.
I mean,
she don't need it. Let's just I'll be honest, Jamie. She don't need it. None of these people really need it.
No.
No, but yeah, I felt kind of bad for Kevin because he was like the only person left.
Yeah.
And I did love CT literally dadded the whole challenge and was
Yes.
like, because I mean, this is textbook out of the challenge.
Yes.
Like this feels
Goes
very
out.
challenge coded.
And then Trishelle was on Fear Factor and did this.
Yeah, I was like, CT and Trishelle really bodied this challenge, but this is what they're
Absolutely.
used to.
They
So
used to doing stuff stupidly gross and crazy like that. Like, okay. So that wouldn't have freaked them out. It would have freaked me out.
oh yeah.
I still hate this challenge. I still would not.
I still hate this challenge as well. Did they have live frogs?
Yes.
No, I'm. Did they have live frogs on the UK one?
Yes.
Oh, did they?
Yes.
Oh Lord.
They had live frogs, live rats. All the bugs were live. I'm like, we don't need to have. It's just, why do we have all these animals?
No.
We they definitely had live animals.
Did they have the mice on the UK?
Yes.
I don't. Okay.
Yes.
It looked like more mice to me. That was the thing.
There was a lot more mice in the US version than it was in the UK version that
I'm curious.
saw.
I don't know which one was
But
first.
you know what it was though? They didn't go to all of the where the gold was.
No.
We didn't see all the stations. And like in the UK, we saw the stations and it was mice, it was frogs, it was.
They cut to them for like as little as they possibly could.
Yeah. But we had, I think it was definitely more mice because there's a mice at 2 stations. It was a mice where the shield is, and it's mice where one of the gold bars were. So even in the UK. So it was definitely a lot of mice, which is why I couldn't do it.
Oh, so it looks like they must have filmed UK first.
Maybe.
Because the filming date for the UK Traitors season is September 2023. And then for the US one, it's specifically September 20th to October 8th.
Yeah.
Well, because they announced the cast when they left.
Right.
I hope they do that for season 3 because I actually really like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so they must have filmed UK. That would make sense with a lot of the challenges that we're seeing now on the US one. Like a lot of them feel a little bit more improved and a little bit like there's more like maggots on this one as opposed to the other one. There's more mice on this one than the other one.
Right. It's like, okay, let's scale down a little bit on here.
Yeah.
And we'll keep, like, even
they learned what didn't work on the UK one and adapted it accordingly. And I'm okay with that.
Because like, even the first episode, when they were building the shield in the water, I think the UK version was a little bit more put together and concise because they realized what was being wrong, how they did it in the US. So they were like, that's not gonna work. We have to make it more so it makes sense and streamline it better. But yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense. But yeah, so they do the challenge. All the Bravo women dip. They couldn't handle it. They couldn't handle the bugs. They couldn't handle whatever was being thrown at them. My favorite part is Sheree running and screaming about a bug or whatever. That's not even a bug on her anymore.
Urine. Because Phaedra's like, there's urine on you. She's like, ah! Ah! And like Phaedra is trying to clean her off, and Sheree is running and is like, MJ, help me. I'm like, Phaedra's literally trying to help you, bitch.
I'm like, get
Let
up.
Phaedra help you.
Girl, I was like, girl. It was crazy. I was like, y'all are insane. Y'all are crazy. But another good part was it was towards the end. It got John out. John went down in the tunnels and got on out of there. And he was like, they were like, John, you need to get out because we're running out of time. You go out. And he got out, and they got some bars, 2 bars at first. Who came out with the 2 bars? I think it was Peter. Peter came out with the 2 bars because Trishelle handed him one, and then he came out with the bar. Trishelle ended up getting a shield. CT let her get it. She was like, do you need it? She was like, yes. So CT was like, oh, go get it. Go get it, girl. So she was like, oh, thank you, CT. Thank you.
Good for her.
Don't tell anybody I have it. So they weren't going to
tell John, anybody. Don't tell anybody. I'm like, okay, God.
Okay, God. Leave John alone. So John, they go out, and it's like 20 seconds left, and they're like, We need more bars. We need more bars. She was like, okay, I'll go get it.
This pissed me the fuck off because Trishelle was
Go
like,
get it.
oh my God, CT. Oh my God, you have to go get it. Oh my God, CT, go get it. So he goes and gets it. And then she's like, how much time is left? And Alan's like, 10 seconds. And she's like, CT, get out of there. And I'm like, fuck you, bitch.
I'm like, so you was just told him to run down there and get it. He went to go get it. Like, stop telling that man what to do. Like, damn. You don't tell CT what to do. But anyway, CT runs back down there. CT is the MVP of this challenge. He just was doing everything. He was daddying. He was leading. He was guiding. He went back and got Kevin and took him out of the house so that he can go through the tunnels in the dark because CT knew his way around. So he was just getting him out of there. Everybody get out. CT comes out at the last second with nothing in his hands. And they're like, did you get it? Did you get it? He was like, I don't know. I didn't get it. I didn't get it. But it's a snake in my pants. It's a snake in my pants. And I was like,
baby, we know.
I was like, I don't know. It's a snake in your pants.
We've seen you in spandex. How many times?
I was like, I mean, I don't mind.
CT, we know.
I was like, I don't mind seeing the snake. He was like, let me get it. It's a snake in my pants. I think it's a snake in my pants. Plop, he pulls out a gold bar.
I loved it.
It's like, you're so sweet.
I love him.
I love CT so much.
Protect CT at all costs.
Protect him, please. Oh, but he comes out and he has to. So they end up with $15,000 with the gold bars, but they have to deduct $4,000 because the Bravo women got out of that cabin. They did their haggis. Safe word. Got to get out of there. Haggis. And so they end up with $11,000 total for this challenge. Good on them.
Sure.
So we get back to the castle. Everybody goes to shower and get cleaned up because they're disgustingly gross and stinky. And so they go shower, and then it's back to talking. It's game talking going all around. And so Peter and Trishelle and Parvati and somebody else is all around talking, and Peter's like, "You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. I think we got the numbers. You're gonna be fine. We gotta vote for Phaedra at this point." And she's like, "Okay." And so Phaedra's looking around for everybody. Where is everybody?
Where are all the people?
All the people. So he's holding court in there. Peter's holding court. He got everybody in there. All these folks are in there. And so finally, Phaedra finds him, and she comes in. She's like, "Hey." It gave me that, "Hey.
How y'all doing?"
How y'all doing?
It gave Gary that energy. I was like,
energy. And she comes sit down next to Trishelle, and Kate's like, "Well, I'm going to the bathroom, so I'll see y'all later." So then everybody just starts dispersing. I'm like, "Oh, that's not good."
I got very nervous for Phaedra here.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, shit, are they gonna?
I was like, they go do it. They go flip it over. No. And then we see a conversation with Parvati and John. And John is talking to Parvati. And Parvati is doing what Parvati do. She's like, "I just want to explain my case." And then and I shut down. She gave him the same spiel that she gave Peter, but with more tears and more crying and more heartfelt emotion. And I was like, "Girl, you're doing too much." But okay, all right. Because John here's the thing. I love John. From the beginning of the season. Y'all know I have been a fan of John. John sat there and he listened. And he was shaking his head. He was like, "Mm-hmm." And you know what, Parvati, I like how he says her name. Parvati, I think you might have been misjudged. And I see that your emotions are so, I've never seen you so emotional before. So I'm definitely think that you might not be who everyone has thought you were to be. Mm-hmm.
And in the moment, I was like, "Oh, yay, John's on Parvati's." Oh.
In that moment, it was funny because I was like, "Oh, I think she got John," but I don't know. Because it was the look in his eye that I've seen before. It was a look in his eye that I know very well because I do it all the time.
Yep.
When I'm, especially when it comes, and this might sound bad to y'all, but I'm sorry if it does. But that's how I look at white women when they're crying to me. Because I'm like, mhm. In my head, I'm like, I am not believing a word you say. But outside, I'm just like, girl, mm, oh,
Oh yeah.
oh yeah. Girl, I know.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
so,
honey.
honey, it's okay. I'm so
Oh.
sorry. And it sounds bad, but like, and not when all white women cry, because sometimes I definitely can tell the real emotions from the I'm the emotions of no, 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 I'm not racist. This reserved for the oh no, no, I'm not racist. I have black friends, women. That's what that look is for. It's like, oh girl, yeah, I understand. And
Or in this case, girl, I know you're lying and I know you're a traitor and I'm not gonna
right,
back down from it.
I know you're lying. Like that's what the look is reserved for the girls, the girlies, or the boys, or whomever, or the non-binaries. If you are lying to me and I know you're lying to me, and I'm like, mm-hmm, oh yeah, absolutely.
Of course.
No, no, no. You don't have to explain it to me. I get it.
I
I
understand.
understand
I
completely.
understand that you're a lying bitch.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what's going on in your head.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was so crazy. So I was like, I thought for a minute, I was like, I think he believes her. But I don't know. But I think he might believe her. He might believe her. He might believe her. So, baby, we get to this round table. Because
Oh
that's, I think we
Lord.
got to go.
Yeah.
We get to this round table. And Tashelle was just like, I'm going to come up with my points and I'm going to let y'all know how I feel and why I feel this way. And da da
Well,
da.
first, Parvati decides, I
Well,
guess I
no.
should. Oh
Yeah.
no, Trishelle going in is saying
Yeah,
that.
that's what Tashelle said going in.
Oh
That's
yeah,
what
yeah,
I'm going to do. That's what I'm going
yeah.
to do. So y'all hear me out and, hear what I got to
Yeah.
say and da da da. But now we get to the round table and Parvati. You go.
The Parvati's like, well, I guess I should probably open this one.
Mm-hmm.
It goes on the same sort of thing that she said with Peter and with John,
Mm-hmm.
which again I think is a very genuine thing, and she's talked on social media about that very openly. So I
Mm-hmm.
think what I love about Parvati is she's able to take real emotion that she's having and manipulate it into a way to benefit her in a game, and I think that's a
Mm-hmm.
very, very specific trait that not everyone
Mm-hmm.
has, and so I'm always very impressed when she's able to do it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she's just like, well, I should open. This is what everyone's been saying about me. I unfortunately linked up with Dan, and Dan was a traitor, and I had a misjudgment because you're a traitor. But good job playing it off, I guess.
Right.
And she's like, yeah, I just, I hope that you all see that it's just been a whole misunderstanding. And then this is where Trishelle comes in and she's like, receipts, proof, timelines, screenshots. And I'm like, no.
She was like,
No.
I've been taking notes and I looked at my notes and I have very little on Parvati, but I do have a lot of notes that I've taken on you, Phaedra. And I'm going to start with my least damning to my most damning. And yeah. So number one is your reactions at the breakfast. Like you never seem bothered or nervous about who's murdered. You don't seem surprised at all. It's just like you just don't seem bothered. Which in turn, Phaedra says, What do you mean? What do you mean? My reaction. She's like, your non-reaction to you don't seem like you're nervous or bothered by it. And she was like, I've been nervous a lot of times. I've been nervous. I mean, I don't know what you expect from me. What do you want me to do? Because I'm not as frantic as you. I don't react like you react. And I was like, ooh.
I'm not as frantic as you is the line. I'm
It's
like,
the line. Yeah. was like,
No
ooh,
lies detected.
nope, my lie detector is steady. No lies, baby, because
Mm.
she is not as frantic as you. And my thing is, I'm like, anybody, Phaedra can be like, how I deal with emotions is different. How you deal with emotions, you deal with the emotions by crying. I don't do that because that's not me. So are we
Mm.
just going to base how people react off of your reactions? And if I don't react like you react, then I'm obviously a traitor. And she was like, I mean, I said the least, that's the least, but this one I can't let go of. I feel like,
Okay, let me hear what you have to say. In this, Phaedra won this by far, obviously, but because she's just like, I'm going to systematically take down every single thing you're saying about me, even though everything
that's
single
right.
thing you're saying about me is 100% correct.
That's right.
Like, and that's why she's so good at this game, because she's a lawyer and she knows these kinds of women.
Yep. She
I
knows the
love
tricks and the trades to how to win an argument when your client is absolutely guilty.
Yeah,
She's a defense lawyer. Like,
yeah.
your client is probably 100% guilty, but it's your job to get them off. So it's crazy.
It's just the excellence of Phaedra, honestly. I'm like, what are the other Bravo ladies that are lawyers? Because I would like to see them on Traitor season 3. I'll go ahead and say
I
that
would
now. I'm
see
like,
any lawyer Bravo housewife, any lawyer Bravo housewife on there. I would love it.
oh, what's her name? She's not a lawyer, but that one, like, a really eccentric woman, who like is very queer friendly on Salt Lake City.
Oh, I don't watch Salt Lake City.
Lindsay, I think is her name. I don't know. Trixie Mattel has had her on her channel a few times, and like she seems very lovely and like very pro gay. And I'm like, you'd be lovely to see on the Traitors. I don't know.
I
Like,
don't know her, but I want to
I
see.
want, I want, and I don't think this will ever happen. I want Nene.
I would love to see Nene on there. I think she
Actually,
would
I
do it.
think Nene might.
She could. She probably would do it. I mean, she
Seeing
did the
Phaedra and
Princess.
Sheree do it, and especially seeing Phaedra do well.
I want to see. Not Kenya, but she's coming back to Atlanta now this year. What's her name?
Oh, oh Lord, it's gonna bother
Let's
me.
go by. What's her name? I think it's the L. Been doing radio for a while now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh
oh
no.
no, what's her
Oh
name?
no. Oh Lord. I'm looking it up.
Okay, because I need to know. I need to know.
Um. Oh, here we go. Thank you, Entertainment Tonight. Hopefully, you give me what I need. Major cast shakeup. Oh my god.
Oh no.
You said her name started with a what?
I think it's on L. I'm not
Oh,
really
I
sure.
don't see no.
Mhm. What is her name? I'm looking at her face. I see her.
Marlo?
No.
No, not Marlo. No, thank you.
Mm-mm. Oh, it's gonna drive me
Oh, I don't
nuts.
remember. Oh no.
It's gonna drive me nuts. Well, we'll continue talking about it. I'll find it.
Yeah, I don't remember. I feel like I
Portia.
remember. Who? Oh, Portia. Yeah,
Portia.
yeah,
Portia.
obviously.
Portia. That's who it is. I'm
Oh
like,
yeah,
I know what I knew her name. I didn't even need to look it up. Portia.
yeah.
I would love to see Portia
I
on.
think Kenya would be fun
Kenya
though.
would be fun, but yeah.
Actually, I do kind of want Candy because of how well she did on Celebrity Big Brother. I think Candy would be a gorgeous
I think
choice.
I think Candy is a little over it. Like I don't think she want to do that no more. She don't want to play games with us no more.
Probably, but I
I think she'll be
still
good on
want to
it.
see it. I still
I
want
think
to
she'll be
see it.
good on it.
I think Luann de Lesseps would also be so just unhinged. She would be Kate levels of like unhinged. I think also Kim Zolciak would be a wild casting choice that I would be very entertained by.
I'm trying to think of other reality people that I would want, but I want to see some like for real actors on there, like
Yeah,
some people maybe.
I want Anissa from the challenge. That's who I want.
Oh,
Because I think Anissa would beat the challenges, and I think she'd do really well as a faithful. So I think we have to do our dream cast before the cast gets dropped.
well, you know who I would want to see, but I know it would never happen.
Hmm.
It's never happening. But I would love to see Bailey do the
Oh yeah, no,
Traitors.
she would never do it.
Of course, she would never do it. She
No.
doesn't. She has 2 kids and she's in Dubai. She's never
Yeah,
doing it.
exactly. I'm like, she's Her and Swaggy are set for the rest of their lives. Thank you,
Yeah,
Big
they
Brother.
don't need to.
I'm happy for them.
I am too, but yeah, they never do.
I think Swaggy on there will be really good too.
I
Honestly,
think Swaggy would be very interesting on there, especially if he's a
yeah,
faithful. I think people would not know where because he's so dang smart.
yeah,
He's so stupidly smart,
yeah,
but they won't take his persona very seriously.
yeah.
And they'll be like, "Oh, he's Swaggy C. He, da 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 da."
Exactly,
But they don't,
exactly.
and not realize how stupidly smart he is and
Yeah.
how observant he is.
It would kind of be like a jazz scenario again from like Traitors UK, where like
Mhm.
Swaggy would have the exact possible reads.
But people
Like
would want to
everything would be
listen.
100% accurate, but no one would believe him.
Right. And he
But
gets so frustrated, he'd probably get himself out because he'd be so
you're right.
frustrated that people aren't listening to him. But
Yeah.
I think he would be a smart choice.
Speaking of that season, I'm still petitioning for my mother, Angie Rockstar, to be on because I think Rockstar would provide so much entertainment.
Yeah. I think
But
she'll
that's
be
just
very
me.
interesting. She
I
would
think
be an interesting traitor.
I was about to say I think Rockstar would be a very interesting traitor.
But you know who they'll probably pull first before they pull Rockstar?
Haley.
Brett.
Oh God.
They will probably get Brett before they pick
I mean, if they
Rockstar.
put both of them on there, if it's a way to get Miss Angie Rockstar back on TV, I'm fine with it.
I just want Rockstar there.
I just want everything good for Angie Rockstar. Okay.
Absolutely.
I just want
Absolutely.
everything good for her. That's my mother.
I love her so much.
She's the first Big Brother player to follow me on Twitter.
Me
Like
too.
she's mother. She's mother.
Everything. Love her.
She's mother. Anyway, this round table where
Mhm.
it comes down to Parvati and Phaedra. Like
Yes.
we're losing a traitor.
Yes.
I was concerned. I'll be honest. I was concerned
It
for our
was
dear Phaedra.
it was concerning. But she was handling it. She was handling her business with everything. Trishelle would come at her, like you said, she would have a counter for
Yeah.
her point, and she was able to like answer the questions, divert the energy to a different direction, and then she had backup because Kate was very vocal
Mm-hmm.
in this roundtable, and so she was like, because Peter stepped in and he was like, "Yeah, Phaedra, this is why I think you might be a traitor," and he gave his reasons. Da 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 da. Kevin stepped in and was like,
Your eye twitches.
Did your eye twitch like this as a kid?" And I was like, "Nick, boy, what? How dare you? First of all, you don't know that woman like that to ask her that. You don't know her like that to ask
Second
her.
of all, who the fuck are you?
Who are you? Like, man, no, you don't.
No.
No, you don't question her like
Anyway.
that. But whatever. So Phaedra was like, my eye twitches. Like, what is? She was like, your eye just does this crazy thing, and she was like, whatever. Like, I don't, whatever. So then, as Peter and Kevin both accuse Phaedra and question her about things, Kate comes up and she's like, wait a minute. What happened to why are we all of a sudden on Phaedra? How did we jump off of the Parvati train? He was like, I mean, I don't know what you mean. She's like, I mean, why all of a sudden you are like all on Phaedra when you have been this whole time Parvati, and now you have one conversation with Parvati and you no longer think she's a traitor? He was like, well, I didn't say that. And he's like, what? Why are you defending Phaedra so much? And he was like, she said, because why are you jumping all over Phaedra when you were just Parvati since the day I got here, and just yesterday you were Parvati, and now all of a sudden you have one conversation with Parvati, and you're like, no, I don't think you're a traitor anymore. And so this is where Phaedra said, check and mate. She turned it around. She said, and Peter, You pulled me and Parvati into the armory and was talking about you want to work with us. And he was like, and I was like, in that moment, like, no, I don't want to be no part of this because I don't
I
like these secret room meetings. And
I was hoping that Phaedra would take that knowledge and use it at the exact right moment. And oh boy, she did. Because guess what? She's a talented lawyer.
And in that moment, Peter was like, I mean, I was talking to her and yeah, I said that, but and Parker was like, yeah. And when he said that, I was like, why would you want to work with me if you think I'm a traitor? And he said, and then I was like, it was a joke. And in that moment, John, Kevin, and Trishelle all said, what? Like this conversation happened and it was a joke. What? Okay. But baby, that wasn't even the gag of all gags. That wasn't even the gag of the night. The gag happened when my boy John, my man John, my ace boom coon John. Oh, I want to pound him and dap him up so bad. John said, I have to clear my throat for this.
Of course.
He said, you know, I have to say something, and it's my intuition, just the intuition of mine, but
of course,
I think that Parvati could be the deception, the Duchess of Deception and the Mistress of Murder. Baby! I said, the kill.
That's the gag of the season.
Pow, pow, pow! He just shot Parvati in the heart twice. Like, boom!
And Parvati's just like...
And Trishelle was like, trying not to hide it. She looking at Peter like, what the heck, man? Didn't we tell John about the plan? It's Phaedra, not Parvati. She's like, and trying to straighten her face up real quick. She's like, and Peter is like, huh? He's like, and I believe that you are a traitor. And I was just like, John came in with his long rifle and he said, clock, clock, pow, clock, clock, pow. Parvati had no words. She had nothing. Nobody had nothing. How this man go sit there, look in her face while she crying her eyes out, and she just like, and he's like, I think you might be misunderstood, and walked right into that round table and was like, I think you are the Duchess of Destruction and the Mistress of Murder. I was like,
I never said one bad thing about John. I never said one bad thing about John. Not a single bad thing about John ever. Never once.
I will tell you to roll the tapes and find a moment when I ever said anything bad about John.
I didn't either.
You will not find one.
No.
I wanted John on my team, and I got John on my team. I don't care how well or how poorly John does from this point on. He can make it to the end or not. He will always be my favorite person on my team. Period. Point blank.
You know who I kind of want to win this season now? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think Phaedra's winning.
No, I don't think so either.
I would love it to be a double win between Sandra and John. That would just make my heart so happy.
I would love it. If John wins, I'm not mad.
Period. I would love it.
I'm not mad. John, look here. I'm gonna tell you what this has done for John. John could move to the US, gain his citizenship over here, and run for an office, and he'd win.
Oh yeah.
I'd vote for John.
I'd vote for John.
I'm like, I don't know why.
I don't know what his politics were necessarily like when he was. I have no clue, but he's convincing as all hell.
And he's good enough for me. Come on over, John. You have a second home in the U.S. Like, we love you over here.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I was like
Ugh.
gagged. I was so
But
gagged when he said it. I was like, oh, but
and
it was
with that, John kind of signs the death
sealed.
sentence,
He signed, sealed,
delivered,
and delivered the death
and
sentence. Parvati's
Parvati
back.
in a closer vote than I expected.
I expected that. I expected it to be that. We knew Peter's gang, besides John, was going to vote for Phaedra. I knew that was happening. And I knew Phaedra's folks, the Bravo folks, was not voting for Phaedra. They were voting
And
for Parvati.
CT not voting for his work wife.
Now CT was the one because he could go
I
either
wasn't
way.
worried. I wasn't
I
worried.
wasn't worried, but I was like, he could listen to Trishelle. He could have really listened to Trishelle, but I just knew he was going back and forth, and he started putting like she would be a great traitor. He even said he was like she would be a great traitor. So it could have been either way, but man, CT was the vote, and he voted for Phaedra, and he said, I can't see myself writing down the name of the person who lit my torch. You could take it any way you want to take it, but some of us are taking it like the literal torch being lit that she lit for him, or the torch in their heart that she lit for him. Ooh. Even though CT said he ain't here for love, he here for money. But I'm like, but I think Miss Phaedra found a soft spot in your heart. We love it. We love to see it. But
if it's not going to be Phaedra and CT, I want it to be Davon and CT.
But Davon did say in her interview, she said, sometimes you can just admire somebody and think they fine, and it goes from nothing. She said, this ain't nothing. I ain't going after CT. I'm not actively looking for CT. I'm just saying he's fine. I'm just stating that the attraction, he's fine. That's it. She said, don't be trying to ship him, so I'm not going to ship him.
Okay, I won't.
She told us not to do it, so I ain't going to do it. But
if Mother asked, then I won't.
Right. We have to respect Mother's
wishes. Speaking of Mother, I want to talk about Miss Parvati Shallow here for a second, because I think I was most excited for Parvati across this entire cast. I was so happy to see Parvati back on my TV screen. I kind of knew the moment that when her and Dan were both traitors, I was like, I don't know how long they're going to last. I am surprised she made it 8 episodes through. I think seeing Parvati play a game again was so refreshing to see, especially with how Winners at War went for her, which was really not, the way that any of us wanted it to go for Parv. But I'm just so thankful to see Parvati on our screens again. And it might be the last time. So thanks, Parv. Love you, girl.
It was fun. It was very fun. While it lasted, Parvati. She did good. She did good when Dan tanked both her and Phaedra's game on his way out. So,
and did you see that her and Sandra have like completely squashed everything?
Good.
Did you see the catalyst for who helped with that?
Was it Phaedra?
No, it was Peppermint.
Period.
Like off screen as well, like outside of everything. Peppermint was they were both interviewed by someone. I don't remember who it was, but they were like, oh yeah, Peppermint was a big part of why, like on screen as well from what you all saw, but then also off screen, like very good at like mediating between us and like helping resolve everything. And I did love that Sandra at the end was like, despite everything we've been through together, I am really sad to see her go. Of the reality Titan shows, the last one left is Sandra.
Absolutely.
So,
and queen stays queen, baby.
And I loved Parvati's speech. She was like, I've spent the last 2 years focusing on truth and all this, and I couldn't do that because I was a traitor. And this was the only one that I remember Alan going, thank you, Parvati. Like she got a thank you from Alan. I love that. So
yeah, Parvati's gone, and she did really well. And Phaedra is our last traitor standing.
For now. And I
And
love that with Parvati going home and Phaedra acting it up. She has Sandra locked in now, and the best part of this whole thing is that none of Peter's crew believe anything he has to say anymore.
nope. They
So
like,
there is a target in front of Phaedra now, and I, for one, am thrilled.
and you know who put that target in front of her? She did. She said,
Sure did.
Peter, you step in line. Faith Parvati was here. She's gone. Now here you go. Take her spot. Thank you.
That part.
Well played for Miss Phaedra Parks. Love that.
Yep.
But um, so that's it. So we get to everybody's talking. They're like, "Ooh, we got rid of a traitor." They're happy, and everybody's like, and Phaedra's acting like she's very upset about what just went down at this round table. She's like, "I'm all right. I'm okay." Everybody goes to bed. Phaedra makes her way to the turret, and she's there, and Alan comes in, and he's like, "Per the rules, you get to recruit someone, but there's a twist because you take them, you go and you will meet them face to face. Therefore,
In the
they're in
dungeon.
the dungeon, and either they accept your cloak and become a traitor with you, or
Or
they die."
they die.
Because yeah, you meet me face to face, you can't go back upstairs.
Exactly. And so she decides to pick Kate. Not the choice I would have made. I get it from Phaedra's perspective. She's going to pick someone who, in this game, has a different personality to her.
Mm-hmm.
And she even says with Alan, she's like, Kate can say and do the things that I can't do.
Absolutely.
I honestly think that Kate will refuse.
I don't think so.
I think she will.
I don't think she will. Kate wanted. I think Kate wanted a traitor from the get-go.
True.
Wants to take this opportunity to do it.
Very true. I hope she does. I will say that I hope she accepts. But I think if she sees that it's Phaedra, knowing the dynamics of this group, at least a little bit that she does, I also don't know that she cares enough. I'm going to be honest. I don't know if she cares enough about it. So that was my concern. I have a slight concern about it. I do hope that she does accept, because again, like you said, she came in wanting to be a traitor. I think the best choice might have been someone like John. Because I was going to say Trishelle, but I think Trishelle would have been too obvious of a pick. And if Trishelle declined then and like was murdered, then it all would have come back on Phaedra.
Mm-hmm.
I think she should have picked someone maybe like a John or even potentially a Kevin. I think Kevin, she could have played off and maybe gotten him banished. I just don't think Kate was the absolute best pick.
I probably would have picked Peter because he would have stayed.
Do you think that's a bit too obvious though?
I mean, I don't think so. I think I would have picked Peter because now that the suspicion is on him and his crew doesn't believe him, all she got to do is convince other people to believe that it is Peter. And then when he comes out that he's a traitor, she could be like, and that's why he was coming for me, because he was the traitor. That, you know what I mean? And it's like Trishelle would be at a loss because she was like, this whole time I gave all my trust to him and all these people trusted him and he was a traitor. They won't know he just became a traitor. They would think he'd been a traitor.
Yeah.
So
I could see that for sure.
I think I would have picked Peter because I think his pride wouldn't let him just walk away from the game. He would have had to accept it or been murdered, and he'd be like,
yeah.
But I think Kate is a good choice because I think Kate will take it. I think Kate will take it.
I hope.
I think she will, because at this point she's just like, I just want to kill people. And for the fun of you, when you say you don't think she cares enough, I don't think she cares enough not to do it. It's like it'll be more
Fair.
fun for her to do it. It's like,
Yeah,
you
that's
got to
fair.
make this game more fun for me now, because now I get to make decisions and act it up on who's, who's murdered, who's not.
Mhm.
So I kind of think she is going to take. That's my stand. I think she's going to take it. She's going to do it, and she's not going to be surprised as Phaedra, because I do believe Kate thinks it's Phaedra too. That's why she told Peter, "I'm not saying she's not it. I'm just
Yeah,
saying you was doing some shady stuff, and I don't trust you anymore. Like I don't believe what you say, because you just sat
fair.
here and lied to a table full of faithfuls about
Exactly.
who it is." And that conversation happened with Peter and Kate after the round table. She was like, I think you're just doing some shady stuff, and I don't, I don't really deal with you. I don't want to deal with that. And he was just like, my plan is crumbling right between my fingers right now. I was like,
Yeah,
yeah, you had a good moment, but then you screwing it up by being weird. But okay. So I think she's gonna accept. That's what I want. That's
I
what I
hope.
hope. But I think she is.
I hope so.
But we will see next week, because that's when we will find out. So
We shall.
we shall find out next week. But that is it, y'all. We have talked about traders all we could say, and we will be back here next week. Um, Same time, different panel, because Logan will be gone.
I'm
And
going on vacation.
we
Yay.
love that for you.
Thank
And
you.
so well, we will be back talking about traders, and see
The
who
penultimate
will
episode.
be listening to episode
I'm excited to come back for the finale and just like see what happens. I'm
word.
excited.
Word. But subscribe to the channel, y'all. Y'all stuck around with us for this hour and some change. So subscribe to this channel. Go subscribe to our main channel at the Cup Pod, and go subscribe to our Eurovision channel at the Cup ESC. And do all those things. If you want to be a member, hit the join member on our main channel, or go to Patreon to become a member to get some exclusive content that we have waiting and ready for you guys. And do all those things. Follow us on our socials at the Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. We put out some some great clips and content, and some top looks and things. Monthly looks of what we feel like is the best looks of the week of the year, on from our main channel, by the way. Drag looks, by the way, yeah. But we might do some other stuff, top tens on this channel. Who knows? We'll see in the future. But follow us
I
there.
definitely think over here we'll have to do our Dreamcast for traders.
Absolutely, for sure. For
I think
sure.
that's a requirement.
I think so. I agree. But you can follow Logan and I on our Twitters if you want. We talk about some stuff from here on out from time to time.
It's all Eurovision right now for me.
For me, it's whatever I feel like talking about at the moment. um, and you can get your cup merch at LanaTeesCreations.etsy.com. The link is in the description below. You can find us, get all your stuff. And so that's it, y'all.
I'm struggling to put my
We gotta go. We gotta go. So we can't be seen. So we gotta.
I gotta get back to my hotel. That's definitely like right by the airport and not in the mansion at all. Even though I definitely sleep in the mansion, quote unquote.
Yeah.
As we do.
I have to go. So yeah, we will see you all next time. And bye to all our traders. Cheers.
Bye.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.
We gotta get out of here.
It's so dark in the turret, Lana.
It is. I can't see. My light is not working.
I need you to get a couple more lanterns. God.
Turn off my light.
Okay, bye.